Well, good late morning to all y'all in YouTube land. This is Kent Blaylock with SDG Replays coming to you live this morning from my dining room as I have a puppy laying behind me and one laying in front of me. Late morning to all y'all in YouTube land. And that confirms that I am live. Fantastic. So here we go. I've been a fan of Pro Strategy Football 2021 for a while, and I've enjoyed watching many who play it, but I haven't played it myself in a while. So I had a wild hair that I would choose to get on Pro Strategy Football 2021 again and play the 1995 inaugural season for the Carolina Panthers, with me living an hour northwest of Charlotte. When they come into being in 1995, I chose to be a Carolina Panthers fan. I had been a lifetime Washington Redskin fan, but once you have a team within an hour's drive from your house, I decided to jump on in. And we're going to replay that 1995 season. The 96 season, their second season in existence, they went all the way to the NFC Championship game where they lost to the eventual NFL champion that year, Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers, who beat the New England Patriots. But we're going to jump into the Panthers' first season, and they opened the season in Atlanta at the Georgia Dome against the Atlanta Falcons. So that's what we'll be looking at here as we get into the game. In the team comparison, the Panthers balance, they take typical risks, as is Atlanta. While Carolina favors passing, Atlanta is heavy into the pass. The Panthers play a 3-4 while Atlanta plays the 4-3. They're both balanced between the man and zone, and Carolina's typical blitzing. Atlanta sometimes blitzes. As you can see in these comparisons, the Panthers are going to struggle in the red zone offense. They're a 3, which is pretty miserable. Their team discipline is so-so. Ball security so-so, and their 2-minute offense is not good. Their run defense, however, is very good. They're on the defensive side of the ball, they're better than Atlanta. It's going to be on the offensive side of the ball where we're going to be challenged. So that's comparing the teams. Let's analyze this game and see what the computer says in 1,000 sims. I like this feature of the game. Atlanta's going to win 77.5% of those times, so only a 22.5% chance for the Panthers to win this game in their first game in their inaugural season. So let's scout the teams a little bit. Let's take a look at our offense. I'm going to take a look at Carolina. I will not take a look at Atlanta because Carolina is my team. You have Kerry Collins at quarterback, Derek Moore at halfback, Howard Griffith at fullback, Mark Carrier, your wide receiver, and Willie Green is split in, and Pete Metzlar's your tight end coming over from Buffalo. Defensive line made up of Mike Fox, Greg Cragen, Sean Price, Gerald Williams, and Sean King. Linebackers and defensive backs, Lamar Lathan, who had a standout career for the Panthers, Sam Mills, who was the key figure in that team, one of the team captains, and sadly passed away from cancer at a too early age. Darian Connor, Tyrone Poole, left corner. Tim McKyer, right corner. Pat Terrell, free safety. And Brett Maxey, strong safety. So let's get into the game. Let's get this game started. Let's do this. That's the cry for pro strategy football. So here is the kickoff as we get started into this game. Kicks it deep. Bianote will not bring it out. Now I've got this in the wrong type of play. Collins with it, pitches it out to Griffith. Griffith with a good short gain, a 5-yard gain, and he's injured on the first play. So they're taping him up as he's turned an ankle. As Collins goes under center, you have Carrier and Green out wide with Christian and Moore in the backfield. Collins under center. Here's the snap. And there is a flag on the play. It looks like encroachment on the defense, and it is. That's going to be a dead ball foul. Carolina has the ball, 1st and 10 on the 35. As, again, Carrier, Green out wide, Christian and Moore split in the backfield. Collins under center. Here's the snap. He hands off to Moore. Moore with a 5-yard gain, tackled by Gardner. This time, Collins in the shotgun with Moore in the backfield. Split wide to the right, Beebe and Carrier. To the left, Green and Guilford. Looks like the Atlanta may be in a man defense. No, excuse me, it looks like it's zone. Here's the snap to Collins. Back to pass. He shovels it to Moore, who's hit immediately for a 3-yard loss, tackled by Jesse Tuggle. As Kerry Collins comes up under center with a long 3rd and 8. Not the situation you want to get in. Carolina in the I formation with Moore at tailback and Christian at fullback. Here's the snap. Collins back to pass. He fires it out to Carrier. It's caught. 1st down for 12 yards. Carrier completed. So they have their first completed pass of the game as the Panthers come back under center. Collins with Christian and Moore in the backfield. Carrier and Green spread out wide. Metzler's to the right. Here's the snap. Again, another pass, this time incomplete, as he was trying to complete the ball to Carrier, defended well by Walker. Now we have Workman in the backfield. I'm not even familiar with Workman. Guilford in the slot. Green out wide to the left, Carrier to the right. Here's the snap. Collins back to pass, and he is sacked almost immediately by Smith. 8-yard loss makes it 3rd and 18, just a position they did not want to get in. Looks like the Atlanta Falcons are in the dime, expecting pass. As Collins takes the snap, releases deep but incomplete as he tried to get the ball to Green, defended well by Taylor. So they will have to punt as Barnhart comes in to punt, as they drove the ball a little bit, but that sack spoiled their plans. Here's the punt by Barnhart. Ball snapped. He gets it off. Kicks it down to the 20. Metcalf tackled immediately. 20 on the 22. That'll bring up 1st and 10 for Atlanta. Jeff George back in the shotgun for the Atlanta Falcons. Split wide to the left is Emmanuel and Burden. Metcalf in the backfield. Mathis and Brown split out to the right. Here's the snap. It's a draw to Metcalf. He picks up 2, but he's tackled immediately by Sam Mills. So 2nd and 8. Again, 2 in the backfield this time. Split formation. Ironhead, Craig Hayward in at fullback. Metcalf at your halfback. Mathis and Emmanuel, your split outs. Lyons, your tight end on the right side. Panthers looking to stymie this offense. George back to pass. Another draw to Hayward. A 3-yard gain, tackled by Mills again. And Griffith has recovered. 3rd and 5. Single back set. Burden and Emmanuel split to the left. Mathis and Brown to the right. Looks like the Panthers are expecting pass. Here's the play. It's a sweep to Metcalf, and he gets the corner. Big gain by Metcalf, 13-yard gain, and out of bounds. They caught him guessing on that run, playing pass. As Atlanta comes to the line, 1st and 10 on the 39 or on the 40. 9:56 to go here in the first quarter. Metcalf, your lone runner in the backfield. George under center. Here's the snap. Handoff to Metcalf. Left tackle. 2-yard gain. Tackled by Bailey. That'll bring Jeff George back under center. Manuel split to the left. Mathis to the right. And Burden your slot to the left. With Metcalf, your lone tailback. Here's the snap. George, short drop. Incomplete as he tried to get the ball out to Burden. Defended well by Lamar Lathan. As that'll bring up a 3rd and 8. You got double wideouts. Anderson in the backfield as George eyes the defense. Here's the snap. George back, 7-step drop. He goes deep, and it's intercepted by Maxey. Brett Maxey with the interception, but there is a penalty on the play, and it's defensive interference. So he was able to get the interception, but he had to interfere to do it. Big turn of events there that took away the interception and gave the Falcons a big gain down to the Carolina 31. 9:07 to go here in the first quarter. George under center. Split backs in the backfield. Anderson and Hayward. Emmanuel and Mathis, your wideouts. And George to Hayward. Tries to get the corner for a short 2-yard gain. Out of bounds. 2nd and 8. Metcalf, your lone back in the backfield. 4 wideouts, split out. Here's the snap. George back. Quick out is incomplete to Metcalf, defended by Bailey. 3rd and 8. And can the Panthers hold them to a field goal attempt, as they haven't done well in third down situations, as George is in the shotgun, Metcalf in the backfield. And it is a draw. Once again, Metcalf will not get there. A short 3-yard gain, out of bounds, 4th and 5, and they'll be forced to kick as Morton Anderson, the usually reliable Morton Anderson, coming in to attempt a 44-yard field goal here with 8:02 to go in the first quarter. Here the kick's away, and it is good, and the Falcons are on the scoreboard 3-0, but thankful that they held them to 3 as the kick is away. And kicked deep by Anote will take it out, and he'll get it out to the 20. Nice little 21-yard return by Amote. That brings Kerry Collins under center. With I formation behind him, Carrier in the slot out to the left. Mettler's lined up at tight end on the left. Here's the snap. Pitches to Moore. Moore gets the corner. He is down the sideline, and away goes Moore. He's down to the 34 of Atlanta. 45-yard gain by Moore. And the Panthers are in business. 7:05 here to go in the first. And they're down to the 34 of Atlanta on the big run by Moore of 45 yards. Collins again under center with split backs in the backfield, Griffith and Moore. Here's the snap after that long run. Moore up the middle but no gain, 1 yard loss, but there is a penalty on the play. It's an illegal block by Carolina. And that will back them up 10 as it's 1st and 20 now, as they're shooting their self in the foot. Here in Atlanta, Moore single set back in the backfield. Green wide to the left, Carrier to the right. Guilford your slot to the left. Here's the pass, incomplete, as Collins tries to get to Carrier, but defended well by Walker. 2nd and 20. Here in Atlanta, Moore again, your lone set back in the backfield. Receivers wide to the right and left, four wide. Here's a snap from Collins. And again, incomplete to Carrier, defended by Tuggle. 3rd and 20 as that great run is being nullified right now by some poor play of the offense down in Atlanta territory. Moore again in the backfield, 4 wide. Here's a snap from Collins. And he fumbles. It's picked up by Smith. Smith's taking it the other way. He's down to the 25, the 20. He's dancing and diving around. He's all the way down to the 8-yard line. Collins was sacked, and the fumble was picked up by Smith, and he returns it all the way down to the Carolina 9. What a change of events. The Panthers moved down inside to the 34 of the Falcons, and now we find ourselves with Atlanta on the 9 after that turnover. George is in the shotgun. Emmanuel Burton split out to the left. Mathis to the right. Metcalf in the backfield. Here's a snap. George swings it out to Burton. Caught for a 4-yard gain down to the 5. Tackled by Connor. As again, Metcalf in the backfield. Emmanuel split to the left. Mathis to the right. Burton in your slot to the left. Here's the snap under center. And he tries to get Emmanuel on the quick out, but defended well by Tim McKyer. And we are 3rd and goal here on the Carolina 5. George again under center, 4 wide out. Metcalf in the backfield. Back to pass. He swings it out to Mathis. It is caught, but he's stopped at the 1 by Mills, so it will be 4th and goal. And Atlanta chooses to go for the field goal and not risk it. 4th and 1. Here's a kick by Anderson. And it is good. And it's Atlanta now up 6-0 on 2 field goals by Morton Anderson. But good defense played by the Carolina Panthers there inside the 10. Kickoff from Anderson. He kicks it deep. And Bayanote will not bring it out. Touchback, 1st and 10. As we have a single back in the eye. 1 second, I got a text from my wife. Carrier split out to the right. Green to the left. Guilford in the slot. Here's the snap. Collins hands off to Moore. Moore's short gain, 1 yard gain, where he's tackled by Smith. Now we have split backs in the backfield. Carrier to the right. Green to the left. Collins under center. 2nd and 9. And there's a flag on the play. It looked like motion in the backfield, and it is a legal procedure as they're shooting herself in the foot, now making it 2nd and 14. Passing situation, and it looks like Atlanta is expecting that. We have Green and Guilford split to the right, Carrier and Beebe to the left, Moore in the backfield, Collins under center, drops back, and he's rushed immediately and sacked by Dolman. 5-yard loss back to the 16. And things are going poorly for the Panthers as they're backing up. 3rd and 19. We have Collins under center with Griffith and Moore in the backfield. Carrier split wide to the right, Green to the left. Collins drops back, takes a 7-step drop, slings it, fires it away, incomplete to Carrier, defended by Walker. 4th and 19. That'll bring Barnhart out to punt, punting from his goal line. Here's the punt from Barnhart, as it's not going so well for the Panthers here early in this game. Defense is playing well, holding to 2 field goals. 43-yard punt, no return by Preston, as we see the I formation for Atlanta with Hayward in at fullback and Anderson, your tailback. Mathis out to the right in the slot. Looks like they're going to run. George snaps. Pitches to Hayward. He's tackled immediately for a 2-yard loss by Sam Mills, who seems to be all over the field. Again, we have split backs with Emmanuel split to the left, Mathis to the right. And it is pass and hit Emmanuel for a 7-yard gain over the middle, as he is able to wiggle his way through for the 7-yard gain, making it now 3rd and 5 on the Atlanta 48. Metcalf in the backfield with Emmanuel and Burden split to the left, Mathis to the right, George in the shotgun. Here's the snap. George, with plenty of time, swings it out to Emmanuel, who catches it for a 16-yard gain, tackled by McKyer. But there is a penalty on the play, holding on Atlanta, so that'll back it up 10. So now it's 3rd and 15. Carolina caught a break there with the holding by Atlanta. George under center with Metcalf standing about 4 yards behind him in the backfield. Burden, Mathis, and Brown on the right. Trips right. Emmanuel out wide on the left, being covered by Tim McCryer. Here's the snap, 3rd and 15. George drops back, hits Emmanuel quickly over the middle, but only for 6 yards. So we'll have a 4th and 9 as Trzynski back to punt. And he gets the punt away. Guilford with it with a short return of 6 yards to the 22. 1st and 10, Carolina. Now the Panthers come out 1st and 10 with trips to the right with Beebe, Carrier, and Guilford to the right, Green to the left, Workman in the backfield. Collins with a short handoff to Workman for a 1-yard gain where he's tackled by Darryl Talley. Again, 2nd and 9, Griffith, Moore in the backfield, stacked on top of each other as Green is wide to the left and Carrier to the right. Collins back to pass, and it's over the middle to Carrier, complete for 8 yards, where he's tackled by Walker. 3rd and 1. Moore and Griffith in the backfield. Out wide, Green and Carrier. Metzler's lined up on the left. Here's the snap. Collins handoff to Griffith. 3-yard gain and 1st and 10, where he's tackled by Chris Dolman. Moore's your single set back in the backfield. Beebe and Carrier wide to the right. Guilford and Green to the left. Collins under center. And that will be the end of our first quarter. As we look at the stats. Oh, I'm going to take a look at them again. Well, it didn't give me time enough, and I'm not worried about it. I should have hit pause. So we go into the second quarter with Atlanta up 6-0. Carolina having some struggles with turnovers and just poor play on the offensive side. Great defensive play, holding the Falcons to 6. More in the backfield. We have receivers split out to the left and right. Here's the snap from Collins. Pitch to Moore. Moore with a good gain on 1st and 10. He gets a 7-yard gain, tackled by Matthews Jr., 2nd and 3. As again, Moore is in the backfield. Guilford in the slot to the right. Carrier and Green, your wideouts. Again, a pitch to Moore, but this time he's hit immediately. 2-yard loss, tackled by Talley to the 39. That'll be 3rd and 5. Key situation for the Panthers. They haven't done well on 3rd down, as Green and Carrier are your wideouts. Guilford in the slot. Moore in the backfield. Collins rushed immediately, sacked again by Dolman. 6-yard loss. And that'll bring up 4th and 11 as Atlanta is all over Kerry Collins. I believe that's the 3rd sack of the first half, and we're only a little over almost 2 minutes into the second quarter as Barnhart punts. A little heavy rush, but he gets it off. Preston fumbles, and Carolina will get the fumble. What a play by the Carolina special teams as they forced a fumble. They now have the ball on the Atlanta 27, but can they do anything with it? Carrier and Green out wide. Griffith, Moore in the backfield. Collins pitch to Moore. Moore gets the corner, but only a 1-yard gain where he's tackled by Smith. 2nd and 9. Collins again under center with Workman behind him. Guilford in the slot. Carrier and Green out wide. And it's a draw to Workman. He gets good yardage up the middle. He breaks into secondary. 15-yard gain where he's tackled by Ross at the 11. So Carolina Panthers are in business here with 11:45 to go in the second on the Atlanta 11. Moore in the backfield. Green and Carrier Out wide, Guilford. Slot to the left. Again, short pass to Guilford, cutting over the middle for 2-yard gain, where he's tackled by Talley. We have now trips to the left. Green split out wide to the right. Collins back to pass. He hits Carrier down to the 2, down to the 3. We got 3rd down and 2 on the 3, so the Panthers can get a first down without scoring. Moore is your single back in the backfield. Collins under center. Here's the snap. They hand to Moore. He gets it down to the goal line, so we got 1st and goal where he's tackled by Gardner. Panthers 1st and goal on the Atlanta 1. Moore and Griffith split backs in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's handed to Moore. Short gain. He's hit at the line. No gain. 2nd and goal. Now we have a stacked backfield with Griffith, your fullback, Moore at tailback, looking to punch this in. Falcons getting stingy down here on the goal line. It's Griffith up the middle. Touchdown, Carolina. From the 1. Made a good use of that turnover and turned it into 7 as Casey comes in to kick the field goal. It's up and away. The extra point is good, and Carolina now leads 7-6. 9:13 to go here in the second. Casey looks to kick it deep into the end zone. John Casey, probably the most well-known kicker from Carolina. He kicks it short to the 5. Anderson with it. Anderson brings it out to the 28. We got split backs in the backfield. Mathis and Emmanuel, your wideouts. George under center. Here's the snap. He hands it off to Hayward. Short gain. Tackled by Cragen. 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Got 4 wide now with Metcalf in the backfield. George drops back. He hits Emmanuel over the middle. It's caught. 7 yards. Tackled by Bailey. 3rd and 1. And in 3rd and 1, there's still 4 wide with Metcalf in the backfield. Can the Panthers get a stop here? They hand off to Metcalf, and they stop him short. He's tackled by, oh no, they say 1st and 10. I'm not sure about that. It looked like it was short, but they bring out the measuring sticks. 1st and 10, Atlanta. Single set in the backfield, Anderson in the backfield. 3 out wide. Here's the snap to George under center. Pitches it to Anderson. He goes nowhere as he's tackled by Williams for a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 12. Hayward, Metcalf in the split in the backfield. Mathis to the right. Emmanuel to the left. George under center. Here's the snap. Back to pass. And it is incomplete as he tries to get it to Mathis, but he's defended well by Poole. So that brings up 3rd and 12. Metcalf single set in the back. Burden in your slot. Emmanuel and Mathis, your wideouts. George back to pass. And it is incomplete. Great defense by the Panthers to bring up 4th and 12. And Sterinsky back to punt. Punt is away. Taken by Guilford. Guilford with the moderate return, 12-yard return to the 28 after the 48-yard punt. Panthers back in business as Collins is under center with Griffith and Workman behind him in the backfield. Here's the snap. He's back to pass. He tries to swing it out quickly to Metzler's, but he's defended well by Ross. Incomplete. Now we have trips to the right, Green to the left, Moore in the backfield. And it's a pitch out to Moore, and he gets the corner, and he has a first down after an 11-yard gain down to up to the 39. And that'll make 1st and 10. Moore, single set in the back. Green to the left, Carrier to the right. Guilford your slot. This again, pitch to Moore. This time, no go as he's tackled by Dolman for a 1-yard loss. Again, we have 4 out wide. Moore in the backfield. Collins quickly to Guilford as he hits him on the slant for 5 yards. Tackled by Matthews Jr. 3rd and 6. Again, single set in the backfield, 4 wide. And it's a draw to Moore, but they do not fool Atlanta, who unfortunately were in the man and not zone. We're in zone, not man. Excuse me, got that backwards. So that will be the end of that drive. Barnhart to punt. And off it goes. Down to the 9. Metcalf with it. Tackled after a short return of 6 to the 22. 1st and 10 Atlanta. Split backs, 2 wide as George takes the snap. Takes a 7-step drop, and it's caught by Emmanuel over the middle. He's behind the secondary for a 33-yard gain to the Carolina 45, where he's dragged down by Brett Maxey. Again, they're in the split set, 2 out wide. George under center. Back again to pass. Got plenty of time, no pressure from the Panthers. Incomplete. Defended well by Poole. 2nd and 10 from the 45. This time, single set back. Emmanuel out to the left. Mathis to the right. Burden in your slot. Pitch to Metcalf. And he's tackled almost immediately by Lamar Lathan for a 1-yard gain. And that brings up 3rd and 9. After that long gain, can the Panthers shut them down here? Trips to the right. Emmanuel to the left. Anderson in the backfield. George quickly to Anderson, but it's not enough as Brett Maxey comes up after the 3-yard gain. And Atlanta is hurrying to the line. They're going to try a 59-yard field goal from Anderson. Don't know about this call. And time expired. 2-minute warning. So the Panthers back in it here as Anderson looks to kick the 59-yarder. And it's well short. I don't know about that call, because they now give the Panthers good field position to close out the half. I think that was a poor coaching decision, as Collins lines up under center. Here's the snap. Swings it out to Carrier on the short pass for a 5-yard gain, where he's tackled by Matthews Jr. Collins back to pass. He hits Carrier on the medium pass, 16-yard gain, and they're down to the 31 with 1:10, plenty of time to go. 4 out wide, Moore in the backfield. Collins screen passed to Moore for a 4-yard gain, and he was able to get out of bounds. 2nd and 6 as the Panthers are looking to stun the Falcons here opening day. 4 out wide again, Moore in the backfield. Again, another screen pass, and Moore makes it down to the 20, 1st and 10. Timeout Carolina as they are looking to punch it in. 54 seconds to go. Two split out to the left, 1 to the right. Moore in the backfield. Collins in the shotgun. He's rushed immediately, and the offensive line again allows Dolman to get through. 7-yard loss. That was a big play. Again, Collins in the shotgun. Here's the snap. This time they hand it to Moore, who sweeps to the right. He's down to the 10. He is down to the 1-yard line, the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. Panthers, 43 seconds to go. Plenty of time to punch this ball in. As Moore is your single set in the back. Collins under center. Here's the snap. He's back to pass, incomplete. As he tried to hit Guilford, defended well by Talley. 2nd and goal. Now we have 2 in the backfield. Split formation, Moore and Griffith, with Green out to the left, Carrier to the right. Here's the snap. Collins back to pass. And this is not their strong suit. 3rd and goal. Let's punch it in on the run. Again, Workman in the backfield. I'd expect a pass here. 4 wide. Collins under center, stops back. He swings it out to Green, and it's a touchdown, 2-yard touchdown. And the Panthers go ahead 13-6 here with 30 seconds to go in the half. Casey in for the extra point. And what a turn of events. Poor coaching going for that field goal from 59 yards. Not the smartest play as Casey set to kick off. He kicks it down to the 7. Pressing on the return. 9-yard return to the 19. It'll be 1st and 10. George in the shotgun. 2 split out to the right. Mathis to the left. Here's the snap. George back. Swings it out quickly to Metcalf. Metcalf gets it for a good 13-yard gain where he's tackled by McKyer. Timeout Atlanta. 16 seconds to go. Again, 2 out wide to the left. Mathis wide to the right. Metcalf in the backfield. George with the pass. And he hits Mathis. Mathis gets behind him and gets down to the 28. With 9 seconds to go, the Atlanta Falcons are threatening here. George under center, 2 out wide. Hayward and Metcalf in the backfield. Pitch to Hayward, and he gets down to the 18-yard line, 1st and 10, and looks like they're going to get a field goal out of this with only 30 seconds. They drive down to the 18 of the Panthers. Poor defense closing out the half from the Panthers. Anderson with the field goal attempt. And it is up and good. And we have a 14-9 first half. Well, I wanted to look at the stats, but I have it in this replay. I don't have it play-by-play. Anderson with the return out to the 18. 1st and 10 Atlanta as they look to get this drive going. Trailing 14-9. Carolina's having a good showing in this inaugural season opening game. Hayward and Metcalf in the backfield. Mathis split to the right. In the slot, George back to pass. He hits Sanders on the medium pass to the tight end, out of bounds. 1st and 10 after that 16-yard pickup. Metcalf, you're alone back in the backfield. Burden in the slot to the left. And there's a flag on the play, delay of game by Atlanta. That'll make it 1st and 15. 4 out wide, Metcalf in the backfield. George under center, back to pass, 7-step drop. Swings it out to Emmanuel for the 16-yard gain to the Atlanta 45 as George is starting to take advantage of the Panthers secondary. Not enough pressure from the defensive line of the Panthers and the linebackers. George again. Back to pass. A quick out to Emmanuel for 4 yards. There is a penalty on the play, and it's offensive interference this time from Atlanta. So that backs them up 10. 1st and 20. Bad situation for Atlanta to get that call, but great for the Panthers. As George under center drops back to pass. He does a draw, calls his own number, 4-yard gain where he's tackled by Lathan. 2nd and 16. Metcalf, you're lone back in the backfield. Burden in the slot. George, quick out to Mathis, incomplete, defended well by Smith. As that brings up 3rd and 16. We have trips to the right, Emmanuel to the left, Metcalf your lone back. George takes that 7-step drop, swings it over the middle to Mathis, incomplete, defended well by Sam Mills, and that brings up 4th and 16 and forces the punt. Straczynski with the punt, and away it goes. Good punt down to the 11 as he coffin corners it, I guess you could say. Split backs in the backfield for the Panthers. Collins under center. Out wide is Green and Carrier. Here's the snap. Hand off to Moore. They tried the counter. It did not work for only a 1-yard gain. Tackled by Smith. Moore is your lone back in the backfield as we have 4 wide. Collins with the handoff to Moore. Moderate gain of 3, tackled by Darryl Talley. 3rd and 6. We have 4 wide. Moore again in the backfield. Collins under center. Here's the snap. Collins, 3-step drop, hits Guilford over the middle for a 7-yard gain. As Guilford run the slant over the middle and risk his neck. This is pre-CTE, so there was a little more allowed over the middle, so taking his chances. Moore and Griffith in the backfield. Carrier and Green out wide. Collins, short drop. Again, over the middle to Moore. Hit the halfback over the middle. Again, we have split backs, Moore and Griffith. Collins under center. Drops back to pass. Pitches it out to Griffith on the sweep. Going nowhere as he's hit hard by Matthews Jr. And we come up 3rd and 4. Trips to the left. Green to the right. Workman in the backfield. And it's a handoff to Workman. He will not get there. 3-yard gain. 4th and 1. And the Panthers will be forced to punt. Barnhart back to punt. Punts away. As he punts down to the 25. Metcalf with a good return of 10. 1st and 10 on the Panthers 36. We have Hayward and Metcalf in the backfield. Mathis in the slot to the left. 2 tight end set. George drops back to pass. He swings it deep, and it's caught to Sanders on the long pass to the tight end for a 20-yard gain where he's tackled by Poole. That'll bring up 1st and 10 on the Carolina 44. Metcalf in the backfield. Mathis and Emmanuel, your wideouts. Burden in the slot. George, back to pass. Incomplete as he tries to get the ball over the middle to Mathis. Defended well by Poole. As that'll bring up 2nd and 10. 4 wide. Metcalf in the backfield. Panthers looking to stymie this drive. George again out wide to Emmanuel. Short pass. Incomplete. Defended well by Lamar Lathan, the linebacker. The linebacker on the split end. Got trips to the left. Emmanuel to the right. Anderson in the back. George takes that 7-step drop. No pressure whatsoever as he's just allowed to throw freely. Mathis, though, defended well by Poole. And again, are my eyes deceiving me? Has Atlanta lost its mind? Here, 4th and 10, and Anderson is going to attempt a 62-yard field goal. Well, here we go. They must have a lot of confidence in Anderson, but both times he has not got it there. It's short, and that gives the Panthers good field position once again inside the Atlanta territory at the 49. Split backfield. Collins under center. Here's the snap. Short drop. Tries to hit Carrier over the middle. Incomplete. Defended well by Matthews Jr. Again, in the split backfield, Collins. This time hands off to Moore, who does get the corner. Great gain by Moore as he runs 15 yards down to the Atlanta 34. Again, Moore single set in the backfield. Guilford in the slot to the left. Collins, short drop, hits Carrier over the middle for a 7-yard gain, and the Panthers are moving again. They're in business. 2nd and 3, split backfield. Moore and Griffith in the backfield. Collins under center, takes the snap. Short drop, and he's tackled, and it's a fumble again. Tuggle with it. That's the second fumble, as turnovers are going to bite the Panthers in the behind, as Collins has been sacked left and right in this game. Atlanta comes to the line with 2 out wide, Hayward and Metcalf in the backfield. George, short drop, over the middle, incomplete. Trying to hit Metcalf on the short pass. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Split backfield, Mathis and Emmanuel out wide. George, another short drop, trying to hit Emmanuel on the slant. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd and 10. Again, split backfield. George under center. Again, drops back. Short drop. And that's 3 in a row incomplete. Defended well by Mills. And Atlanta does nothing with that turnover as Straczynski punts the ball away. Punted down to the 10. Guilford with it. Returns it out to the 21 for a 9-yard return. 1st and 10, Carolina. Again, we have a split backfield with Collins under center. Collins with the 7-set drop. Hits Green on the out for a 9-yard gain where he's tackled by Jesse Tuggle. That'll bring up 2nd and 1. They remain in that split back formation. Collins under center. Swings it out to Griffith, who does get the corner for a 6-yard gain, and 1st and 10 down to up to the Carolina 36. They're staying in the split backfield formation. Here's the snap. This time headed off to Griffith, who gets nowhere. He's tackled for a 1-yard loss by Holt. This time we have a Moore at tailback, Griffith at fullback, offset to the right, Carrier to the left, Green to the right. Collins drops back, 7-step drop. He looks to go long. He's looking to go deep, and there you go. He's by himself, and it's incomplete. He got behind him, but Collins didn't throw it far enough. 3rd and 11. Collins in the shotgun. He's just asking to be sacked. Here we go. And they swing it out to Moore, who sweeps to the right. 11-yard gain. 1st and 10 as they caught Atlanta guessing. And it's 1st and 10 on the Carolina 46 as the Panthers are in Atlanta territory. 3:44 to go here in the 3rd. Collins again in the shotgun. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. He hits Carrier over the middle. 7-yard gain, tackled by Walker. 2nd and 3. As the Panthers are moving once again. We have the split set in the backfield once again. Collins under center. Hands it off to Moore. No gain. 1-yard loss. Tackled by Tuggle. 3rd and 4. This time, Collins again in the shotgun with Moore set up 2 yards in front of him on the left. Guilford and Green wide to the left. Carrier to the right. Collins It's a draw to Moore, and they catch him guessing. Moore gets behind the secondary, all a 21-yard gain where he's tackled by Walker on the 27. Panthers seem to be calling everything right, catching Atlanta guessing. Workman, your single set back in the backfield, 2 out wide. Guilford in the slot to the right. Collins back to pass. Plenty of time. And it's caught by Carrier for the touchdown. It's 27 yards, Collins to Carrier. And the Panthers are up 20-9 on Atlanta here late in the third quarter as Casey comes on for the extra point. Extra point good for a 21-9 Carolina lead here in Atlanta. Casey kick away. As he kicks it down to the 8. Preston with it. Preston on a good return. He gets the outside all the way to the 40. 30-yard return by Preston. Just what the Panthers did not want to see as Atlanta comes to the line in the split set with Hayward and Metcalf in the backfield. George, 7-step drop. He's going to go long. He's going to go deep. And Mathis gets behind him for a 28-yard gain where he's tackled by Pat Terrell. 1 second. My dog is wanting out. 54 seconds to go in the third. Sorry for the interruption. When you have a 5-month-old puppy who we've trained to ring the bell to go out, when she rings the bell, you get up and let her out. So it's 1st and 10 on the Carolina 32. George in the shotgun. 2 split to the left, 1 to the right. George with the snap. It's a sweep to Metcalf, but it's sniffed out by Lathan. No gain. 2nd and 10. George now under center with Anderson in the backfield. Trips to the right. George with 7-step drop. He is rushed this time, but they swing it out to Anderson on the screen, who picks up 4. It's now 3rd and 6. Can the Panthers once again force a field goal? George in the shotgun. Emmanuel and Burden split out wide to the left. Mathis to the right. And that will be the end of the third. So we go to the fourth with the Panthers up 21-9. George in the shotgun. 4 wide out. Metcalf, the lone back in the backfield. Panthers looking to cover the pass. And they swing the screen out to Metcalf, and he does get beyond. And he looks like, well, they got him at the 7. Tackled by McKyer. I thought he was going to go, but they tripped him up at the 7. So that'll be 1st and goal on the 7. George under center, trips to the right, Metcalf in the backfield. He swings it out to Brown for 5 yards. 2nd and goal down to the Carolina 2 as Atlanta is looking to tighten this game up. Again, only one lone back in the backfield, Metcalf, with Emmanuel and Mathis out wide and Burden's in the slot to the left. George drops back. It'll be a pass to Mathis, who looked like he was wide open. Touchdown Atlanta, and all of a sudden this game got tighter as it's now 21-15 with Anderson coming in for the extra point. And that'll make it 21-16. As Anderson looks to kick off. And the kick is away as we go early in the fourth quarter, 21-16, as Anderson kicks it way deep. Touchback. No attempt whatsoever by Note when he's about 9.5 yards deep in the end zone. Split backfield. Griffith and Moore in the backfield. Carrier and Green out wide. Collins under center, takes the snap. Pitches it out to Griffith. Gets a short gain of 3, 2nd and 7, where he's tackled by Jesse Tuggle. We've got 4 split out wide, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Moore in the backfield. Collins hits Carrier, and Carrier gets behind the defense for a 24-yard gain, tackled by Ross, 1st and 10. As the Panthers are playing better on offense than I expected. Might be the poor defense of Atlanta might play into that somewhat. Split backfield once again. Collins under center. Pitches it to Moore, who gets the corner for a good 4-yard gain on 1st and 10. That'll make it 2nd and 6, where he was tackled by Matthews Jr. That'll be Moore and Griffith in the backfield. Carrier and Green, your wideouts. Collins with the snap. Hands off to Moore, who is tackled in the backfield by Dolman for a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 7, just where they did not want to be. They remain in that split backfield with Moore and Griffith, with Green and Carrier, your wideouts. Collins under center. Drops back to pass. No, they swing it out, and it's fumbled. But Carolina will retain the ball, but it's 4th and 8, and Barnhart will have to come in to punt. Can he pin them deep? Can he coffin corner it? That's what he's looking to do. He's angling it, but he kicks it too deep. Oh, what a poor punt by Barnhart. The one time he doesn't need to punt it deep, he punts it 53 yards. That's poor special teams play. Atlanta comes to the line. Split backfield. Emmanuel and Mathis, your wideouts. George under center. He drops back. He hits Metcalf on the quick short pass, but he's tackled immediately by Connor for a 1-yard loss. That'll bring up 2nd and 11. With Metcalf, your lone back in the backfield. Burden in the slot. Again, George back to pass. He hits Mathis on the short pass for 6 yards, where he's tackled by Poole. That'll bring up 3rd and 5. This time, George in the shotgun. Anderson with him in the backfield as Mathis, Burden, and Emmanuel split out wide. George with plenty of time to throw, and it is incomplete. Great secondary play by McKyer brings up 4th and 5 as he could not get the ball to Emmanuel. Straczynski will have to punt once again. Great defense by the Panthers, forcing the punt, the 3 and out. Guilford with it, but he's tackled immediately after only a 2-yard return, where they'll start this drive on their 39-yard line. We've got Workman and Griffith in the backfield. Carrier and Green out wide. Collins under center. Pitches it to Workman. Workman gets a short gain of 2, where he's tackled by Darryl Talley for a 2nd and 8. This time the Panthers come in a 4-wide set with Collins in the shotgun and Moore in the backfield. Collins gives it to Moore. Moore gets into the secondary. It's a sweep right out of the shotgun for a 17-yard gain, and that caught Atlanta napping. They did not expect the run in that shotgun formation as the Panthers come back up to the line. Split backfield. Green and Carrier, your wideouts. Collins takes the snap under center. Short pass over the middle to Metzlars for a 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4, where he's tackled by Jesse Tuggle. Again, we have 4 out wide, Moore in the backfield. Collins takes the snap. 7-yard drop. Medium pass to Green across the middle, but there is a penalty on the play, and that's holding on Carolina. That one's going to come back, and it's going to make it 2nd and 14, taking away that big pass. This time, Moore in the backfield, Guilford in the slot to the left. Collins back to pass. Screen to Moore. Moore gets a decent gain of 5, bringing it to 3rd and 9. This time, trips to the right as Carolina comes to the line. Moore in the backfield. Green out to the left. Collins under center. Hands it to Moore on the sweep, and he gets the first down. Counter right, 10-yard gain, where he's tackled by Jesse Tuggle. We have an injury. Moore went down on that play. Workman in for Moore. 5:33 to go in the game. Carolina driving, 1st and 10. Moore, your single set in the backfield. Guilford slot to the right. It looks like they were blitzing, and Workman was able to get by that blitz for a moderate 4-yard gain on 1st down. Split backfield. 2nd and 6. Collins under center. And that was motion, illegal motion. Biting herself in the foot, shooting herself in the foot, biting. Again, 2nd and 11, went from 2nd and 6 to 2nd and 11. Workman lone back in the backfield. Guilford in the slot. Collins back to pass. Hits a short pass again to Metzlar's over the middle. 5-yard gain to make it a more manageable 3rd and 6. Collins in the shotgun. Workman in the backfield with him. And it's a sweep again, and they fumble once again, but they recover their own fumble. 4th and 4, and Casey will come in for the field goal. He'll come in for the 43-yard field goal. Kick is away. It looks like Casey has put it through the uprights, and it is good, making it now 24-16 with 3:31 to go, and Atlanta trailing. Kicks away. As he kicks it down to the goal line. Preston with the return, and he's tackled on the 11. The 10, but there is a penalty on the play. Personal foul. Carolina. Oh, what did they do there? As with 24, with a 8-point lead, Atlanta comes to the line with trips to the right, and George under center. They pitch it to Metcalf, who gets a good gain of 6 on 1st down. 2nd and 4 for Atlanta. Trips again to the right. Emmanuel to the left. George under center. Drops back. Deep drop. 7-step drop. He goes deep with it, and it is caught by Brown. And Brown has got behind the secondary, and it's all the way down to the 27 of Carolina. 1st and 10, Atlanta. Atlanta hurrying to the line. They come to the line in a single set back with Burden in the slot to the right. 2:22 to go. They pitch it to Metcalf, who gets behind for a 15-yard gain down to the Carolina 12. And again, George under center. Metcalf at tailback. Hayward in at fullback. George looking over the middle, incomplete to Emmanuel, defended by McKyer. Moore will be back. George in the shotgun, 2:11 to go, 11 seconds before the 2-minute warning. Here's the snap to George. He's got plenty of time. He hits Lyons, who looked like he could go upfield for the touchdown, but instead he looked to go out of bounds. 1st and goal on the Carolina 2. Split backfield. George under center. And he tries to hit a quick one over the middle to Emmanuel, but defended well. 2nd and goal, and that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. George in the shotgun. Emmanuel and Burden split out wide to the left. Mathis to the right. Metcalf in the backfield. Here's the snap. George with plenty of time once again. Hits Mathis in the corner. Touchdown. And that will bring them up to go for two. I didn't know if you could go for two back in 95. But here we go. Probably a setting I should have set correctly. But here we are. Metcalf in the backfield. Emmanuel out wide to the right. Mathis to the left. Burden in the slot. This could tie the game. George heads off to Metcalf. And he is stopped. The Panthers stop him on the one. No good. And the Panthers have a 24-22 lead. And expect the onside kick, which the Panthers field. Carolina has it at the 44. So Griffith and Moore split in the backfield. Carrier and Green, your wideouts. Collins swings it out to Griffith. Griffith, the 2-yard gain, tackled by Talley. Timeout Atlanta, 1:46 to go. Again, Griffith and Moore split in the backfield. Collins under center, 1:46 to go. And a flag on the play looked like to be offsides on Atlanta. And it is. Carolina accepts. And that makes it 2nd and 3. Now we got Griffith and Moore stacked up on behind each other, behind Collins. 2 tight end set. Carrier out to the right. So they flip it to Griffith. He does not get the first down. He only gains 1. 3rd and 2, where he's tackled by Gardner. Timeout Atlanta. They're down to their last timeout. Again, Griffith and Moore in the backfield. Collins with the snap. Swing it to Moore, who is tackled for a 3-yard loss by Talley. Poorly done by the Panthers. And so they're going to be going for a 52-yard field goal with 55 seconds to go. I don't know if I would have just kicked and pinned them deep. But Casey's got a pretty good leg. It's up and away, and it is good. Casey with the 56-yard field goal to make it 27-22. So the Atlanta Falcons are going to have to go down and score a touchdown with 49 seconds to go on the clock. Casey kicking off. Man, he didn't kick that deep. Anderson with the return all the way out to the 30. But there's only 44 seconds to go. George under center, 4 out wide, Metcalf in the backfield. George with a 7-step drop. And it's completed to Mathis. And he does get out of bounds. Down to the Atlanta 46. George again in the shotgun. Metcalf the lone back. And it is incomplete. Played well by Connor on Emmanuel. 2nd and 10. 32 ticks on the clock. Again, 4 out wide. Metcalf in the backfield. George, deep drop. And it is incomplete. And it is 3rd and 10 with 26 seconds on the clock. Got Emmanuel and Burden out to the left. Split out wide. Mathis to the right. George in the shotgun. He's rushed immediately, and he is sacked by Williams. 4th and 13. Timeout Atlanta. And this is going to be it, folks. 22 seconds. If they don't convert here, this game is over. Trips to the right. Emmanuel to the left. George, deep drop. He's got plenty of time, and he slings it deep. This could be trouble if it's caught. And it is incomplete. The Panthers have pulled this game out. 12 seconds to go on the clock. They'll get in victory formation as Collins takes the snap, takes the knee, and he'll do it one more time. This game is over. The Panthers have won their inaugural game in a tight struggle. They edge the Atlanta Falcons. And let's take a look at our stats for this game. As you can see, The Panthers rushing yards, 41 rushes for 214 yards and 170 in the air. Where Atlanta, most of their yardage was 290 in the air, 64 on the ground. Total offense was almost even. There were 4 fumbles by Carolina where they lost 2, and Atlanta lost 1. 2 turnovers by the Panthers, and turnovers are going to come back and bite them in the butt if they don't get better at that. They did have the time of possession, 37-46 to 22.14. They kept the ball. They did convert on third down of 50%, while they held Atlanta to 23%. Let's take a look at Carolina's stats. Collins with 20 for 30 for 66%. I thought he played well with the pressure he was under. He was sacked 6 times. So 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Not badly done. Rushing now, Moore, the halfback, 25 carries for 169 yards. That was a big difference for the Panthers. Mark Carrier, 9 receptions for 112 yards and a touchdown. Great day by Carrier. Green also touchdown. The defense, Sam Mills with 8 tackles leading the way for the Panthers, and that was normal for the Panthers. Take a look at the Atlanta stats before we close this game out. For Atlanta, George was 22 of 42 for 290 yards and 2 TDs, and he was sacked once. So he had a good game. And 40 being his longest pass. I think where it got Atlanta is they couldn't move the ball on the ground. Metcalf did have 4.4 yards a carry, but they just could not move the ball like the Panthers, and the Panthers just held the ball longer. So I'm pretty happy being a Carolina Panther fan doing this inaugural season replay with the Panthers taking the first game 27-22 over Atlanta. So that makes Carolina 1-0 on the season. Let's go ahead and sim the rest of these games. Arizona at Washington. Washington takes that one 31-7 as they pound Arizona. Dallas at New York. Cowboys, Giants. And the Cowboys take that one by 1 over New York, 14-13. Let's take a look at the box score on that. Looks like a pretty hard-fought game. 345 yards total offense for Dallas is pretty good. They did have 1 turnover each. Time of possession almost even. That's why this game looked so close. Detroit at Pittsburgh. Detroit doubles up Pittsburgh. Minnesota at Chicago, 1985. Minnesota 35, Chicago 28. Tampa Bay, Philadelphia at Philadelphia. Philly wins that one easily, 32-11. St. Louis at Green Bay, 17-6, St. Louis. They'll bring up San Francisco at New Orleans. San Francisco 17, New Orleans 9. Buffalo at Denver. Denver pounds Buffalo 30-3. New York at Miami. The Jets at the Dolphins. Dolphins take that one 13-3. Cincinnati at Indianapolis. Indianapolis pounds Cincinnati 31-3. Cleveland at New England. And Cleveland wins that one 44-28. Houston at Jacksonville. This is also Jacksonville's inaugural season, as Carolina and Jacksonville came into the league at the same time. And Houston takes that one by a slim margin, 24-21. Let's look at that box score. Houston, 408 yards of offense to 234 for Jacksonville. Looks like a little more yards on the ground from Jacksonville. 343 passing yards. Was that Warren Moon? In 95. Chandler for Houston. Oh, well. I didn't know Chris Chandler could throw the ball that well. So Kansas City at Seattle. Kansas City easily over Seattle, 29-3. And San Diego at Oakland for our last game. San Diego 35, Oakland 17. So that will close out our game. Hope you enjoyed it as my Carolina Panthers take their first win in this inaugural Carolina season. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a blessed